quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, For the blank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. Ain't taking nothing from my boy ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's spouting. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he leave the know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talking that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it,
we are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This defense for the Commanders, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Wilson on 1st down.
He's got Gibson on the out route.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. Wilson. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On the move past the 40. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 22 yards. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Wilson. And yet again, it's McLaurin. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. And as we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally, they're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
That's Isabella open on the right side. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. York able to send this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want to catch the football first.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson
going right back to Dotson.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To throw again is Wilson.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Browns' drive about to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now Chubb running right. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. But 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. A give running right is Chubb. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. Here's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And this Browns defense stands tall. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
3rd quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
For a lot of people, the MVP award means the quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 41. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down. Here's Chubb again.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerick McKinnon.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case,
and Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. From the 35 on second down, Watson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Commanders are right back in this football game. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This will be caught at Samuel.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, that one caught by Gibson. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Anthony Walker coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
14.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. McKinnon now going to try the left side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
51 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced them to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And he is into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Browns,
they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with 1 game remaining.
Yeah.